How's it going, guys? It's Ashutosh here, and welcome to the Honest Fabler Podcast Episode 2, a Modern-Day Panchatantra. If you're a 90s kid brought up in India, there are pretty high chances that you're going to have this shared memory with the millions of others. This shared memory roots from a 30-minute program that used to air on Doordarshan and came with such a power-packed story that it left our childlike brains thinking about morals of life. And if you're guessing it to be Panchatantra, you're absolutely correct. I, for one, have been particularly looking forward to today's episode because we have someone who's leading the initiative of recreating the essence of Panchatantra to recreate stories that are not just educational but entertaining and engaging for kids, teenagers, young adults, and adults. And this initiative is going strong. They have reached over 26,000 subscribers on YouTube, and a recent short film that they had published has garnered over 2.5 million hits in just 3 months. So without any further ado, let's welcome Mr. Rupak Shah, the co-founder of LearnAur, which has rightfully gained the title of being a modern-day Panchatantra. So Rupak, please introduce yourself and tell us more about LearnAur.
First of all, thank you so much, Ashutosh, for inviting me for this podcast. And I'm super excited to share my story, my company's story with your listeners. So, first of all, as the name stands for Learn or in Hindi, which stands for more. So, it's all about learning more. But how we are different is we are not teaching or training or trying to give you 5-step, 7-step, or trying to give you those traditional way of knowledge giving. What we are trying to give you is in a fun and engaging format via stories. So that is what LearnAur does, and I am the co-founder of it. And somewhere our vision matches with Ashutosh's vision is about sharing stories so that we reach to a lot of people and able to connect with them.
Right. Actually, that's something like I have seen how you conduct your stories, and I have gotten the opportunity to see the back end of your, the way you people record, the way you people create the videos that you share. And it's really an exciting process because it's not just about getting the end user entertaining product, but it is more about what can someone learn from it. And recently, like before getting in touch with you, I had seen your YouTube channel, and there were few of your videos that were so practical. Like one of your video was about how someone who had their ex leak their nudes, and how could you, as an individual, make sure that that particular person is being charged for the crime that they're doing, because leaking someone's nudes without their consent is definitely a cybercrime and a very ethically wrong thing to do. So that was really amazing, and to have you on the show, it's really amazing because there is going to be a lot of things to learn from you as well, and to get the word out to my listeners, to my viewers, of what exactly is the mind process of creators like that.
Sure. I'm excited for this opportunity because when it comes to sharing stories, that's what I do. So that's day in and day out to my job.
So, Rupak, how did LearnAur come to be? Like, how did it become LearnAur, and what were your initial struggles, maybe?
So struggle is still something that is going on. But one of the important aspect where what I should say, the journey of LearnAur never started with the intention of what it is right now. LearnAur originally started with more of an e-learning platform, providing e-courses, providing leadership skills, speed reading. So trying to give you a little bit context out here, I have been into training field for close to 6 years now. And I started training speed reading, how to read faster, communication skills, leadership skills, etc., etc. And then I decided, okay, why not do videos on those topics? And then I started doing videos. But, one common theme, what has been, is whenever I have met my participants, even after a couple of years, 3 years, 4 years, they used to come back and say, Rupak, hey, I remember that story, what you shared in the workshop. Hey, I remember that incident, what you shared in our workshop. And I was like, what about the other content what I taught you in the workshop? Are you able to recollect it? And sadly, they were not.
Right.
But stories were something that just were with them. And I thought, what if?
That is so relatable to me.
Yeah, and that is when I started reflecting and I was like, what if? Okay, just for a second, what if I try to let go away of the knowledge, okay, the extra gyan, what I like to call it, and try to give you the message in a story format. And luckily for me, it was very easy because I was not doing anything technical or trying to teach any particular syllabus. It was more about the life skills, more about the social skills or the social awareness skills what we were doing. So that was very pretty easy tweak for us. But the tweak started or the challenge started because we knew nothing about videography, nothing about any social media platform, nothing about editing, nothing about recording, etc. etc. So the journey began where we had to figure out everything from scratch. And even today we are figuring out, we are learning, but we have crossed 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. The overall is 5 million plus views. So I could say, okay, we are going somewhere on the track. And every month, one or the other short films what we create is getting listed in any of the short films festival that happen all over the globe.
That's really amazing, man. Congratulations on that, first of all. Like in the introduction I did talk about it, but I personally wanted to congratulate you on that as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. And again, from that, it's like 5 million or 25,000. That does not motivate me. What motivates me that I'm able to live off my vision, which is to create LearnAur, a modern-day Panchatantra, give you the important life lessons required for your life via the medium of engaging stories. And these are professionally shot, these are professionally done. These are not something I put a camera on and like, hey users, how are you? No, these are the professionally done videos that give you the important message and something that will stand the test of time. It is not going to go away via just a year or two. And that is why I want to create some evergreen content, because all you need is one good content and it changes the way we talk. So for example, a movie like 3 Idiots, I'm sure when that movie came about, people still talk about passion, and the first movie they refer is 3 Idiots. Taare Zameen Pe, this movie changed the way people were seeing about learning disabilities. So of course, I don't want to give and create an institution of trying to create a social change, but via the medium, what I love to do, what I love to tell, I can create the change. And luckily people like you, people like Shreyas, and there are a lot of people who are around me trying to support, and now it has become more of a we vision, our vision, rather than my vision. And that is something that motivates me when, so for example, tomorrow there is a shoot happening and I'm not even going for that shoot, and I've just read the final script and I've not even seen how it is going to be directed, where it is going to be shot. So it's so much awesome when team takes the initiative and team believes in your vision. And as I always say, you don't need huge team, huge budget to create an impact in this world, or I would say a positive impact in this world, because there are few handful people who have created terrorism and the entire world is scared of it. And all you need is few positive people who can create the positive impact also. So it's not about money, it's not about numbers, it's all about intention, and it's all about the focused efforts.
That's really inspirational to hear, because in today's date, when we are talking about giving out to the world, it all comes down to that. And really, like, this is one of the reasons I started this podcast, because I see you guys, I see all the seniors that I meet and the people that I get to talk with and work with every day. The way you hustle is really inspiring, not just professionally, not just as, okay, I want to get to that level, I want to earn so much, but it's really so amazing to see as in a very personal aspect as well. When you see someone who is going out of their way, who is taking out time to, create a change, even if it is very small, for someone else who is sitting at home completing their assignments, working for their graduation or working after the graduation, it just changes, it gives them the perspective of what is beyond them. And that's really everything that I could ask for to, stay motivated every day.
Yes.
So I had another question for you. What is an upcoming project for you that you're really looking forward to?
So one of the beautiful things what I'm looking forward to is not a particular project as such. It's all about how I can scale this up. Okay, when I say scaling up, I don't want to compromise quality in any way. So how I can hire more people, create better stories. So right now we do on an average one video a week or one short film per week based on the topic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to a week where we do 3 professionally shot videos. And trust me, this all 3 will have a huge quality. So not just scaling up in terms of the number, but also in the terms of quality. And that is what I'm excited, and that is what I keep on telling my team is many people ask me, okay, how do you feel when you reach that 5 million mark or 25,000 subscribers? And I say, honestly, I feel nothing, because I have seen it so many times in my mind that I know it is going to happen. In that way, the same thing is about the million subscribers which I want to hit by 2021 end. And that is also what I'm pretty much excited about. At the same time, it's all about creating a quality content what people like. So all the people who are listening to me right now, just pause it, go to YouTube, type LEARN, learn, and AUR, LearnAur, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And I hope you get there, man. I hope that comes to you. And I think that is the law of universe, right? The law of attraction, that you put it out in the universe, you think about it so much that it actually happens. And when it does, it's like, yeah, I had seen this. That's not surprising to me. What I cannot imagine, what I hadn't imagined yet, is something that I want to get to that point, right?
Yes, it's all about many people say that I should see first, then I will believe it. And I'm like, start believing it so that you start seeing it.
That's a really good line to ponder upon.
Yes.
Rupak, tell us more about yourself as well, because I think you have an amazing story, because I know you personally. But I would really love that our listeners would get to hear at least a short glimpse of it.
So by qualification, I completed aircraft maintenance engineering, and it's an aviation field. And all the people who are wondering from aviation field what is doing out here, first of all, I'm not a dropout, just to get things clear. Second thing is, the moment I passed out, so luckily for us, aircraft maintenance engineering is such a field that you have to compulsory do a 6 months on-job training. Okay, that is basically 6 months you have to work in any of the airlines and actually have to work on field. And that time I realized, okay, the job is good, the pay is good, but this is not something I will enjoy throughout my life. And that is when I decided, okay, let me try something new, something different. And luckily, self-help, growth, training, coaching was something very exciting for me. And I decided, hey, let's give it a shot. And I started assisting a lot of trainers, trying to help them in their training events, trying to get the system ready, the setup ready. And slowly and gradually, I started conducting my own trainings. And that is where a lot of things happened. It was pan-India training. I did training at a lot of cities, a lot of places. And at that time, I used to read a lot. I still read a lot. On an average, I read 3 ebooks per week or 3 audio books based on whatever the combo is. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, so its minimum standard has been that my worst case scenario might have been 2 books a week. And on an average, I try to do 3 to 4 books. So the whole objective is how it is important to follow the passion. And I have been blessed enough with a lot of people, a lot of opportunities that come along my way where I could learn from a lot of people, where I could also get motivated enough. And also opportunities, definitely, I can't say everything like fell in my lap. But yeah, they were close by and I was able to capture on it. So yeah, that's a small story out here. So you ask me questions in any area you want more clarity or more information.
Right. So I think that answers most of the things that I had wondered or listed down to ask you. But I would really appreciate if you could give a piece of advice to people out there who are trying to create something of their own, not just a startup, not just a YouTube channel, but even something small, like somebody like me who's getting a podcast out. So maybe someone who's doing something else, starting their own blog or anything related to that.
So, the simple piece of advice I would like to give to all the people who are listening to it is there is nothing new under the sun. Okay? Whatever you want to achieve, whatever you want to create, whatever you want to write. Of course, no one might have done it exactly, but there are a lot of things, a lot of people have done something close by to it. So you want to create a tech company, definitely you can follow the Facebook, Google, etc. You want to write a book, there are a lot of people. You want to just do side hustle, there are a lot of people who are doing it. So the only thing is, rather than trying to figure everything out, go and talk with them, or if you cannot talk, read, listen, anything, any form of a content that you will get about them. Just do a detailed study. Don't just watch one or two videos and you're like, wow, I need to do this. No. First, okay, you want to be a writer or whatever you want to do it, or you just want to start a podcast. Okay, let's take your example. Okay, Ashutosh, you tell me whose podcast inspires you the most?
So, someone whose podcast I have been following closely is the Beer Biceps podcast. I think it's called The Ranveer Show.
Exactly.
And
So, okay, let's pause it out here. Now, do you know his exact history? How did he start? With what budget did he start? What were his fears? What were his challenges? Do you know everything about him?
I know it superficially, I believe. I won't say I know everything, but yeah.
Yeah, that is the challenge, because the moment you have a superficial thing, you actually don't know what problems the person faced or the company faced. Now, the moment you don't know about it, tomorrow if you face a challenge, you will be like, hey, the Beer Biceps guy did not face it, other podcasters are not facing it, it's only me, maybe I'm not cut out for this field.
Right.
But if you see their journey, everyone has their own struggles, everyone has their own ups and downs. Okay? When people don't know, the average age of a successful entrepreneur is 35 plus. Okay, and all we get is about 20-25-year-old saying, okay, I tried to do my startup, I failed, maybe I'm not for this company, I should be the next Mark Zuckerberg, or I don't know, I should create next Oyo, all those kind of things. Definitely, those people are admired, they did it out of the ordinary, they are the rare gems. But on an average, if you study the industry, it will give you a very practical background to it.
That is something, even what you just said, that is something so ordinary, like it is always out there, but that is a perspective that we do not take into consideration. And I think I just like to add one quote that I have been recently pondering a lot, and I give it a lot of value, is that your eyes do not see what your brain does not know.
Yes, that's so true.
And I think what you just said is going to help a lot of people see the simple things and see the struggles that they are going through are not something that makes them, like, that they should understand that they should be away from the imposter syndrome. Having ups and downs is a part of life.
Yes, it's a part of it.
Oh, looking at the clock, I just realized that our conversation has went well past our deadline. Then Rupak, why don't you say every director's favorite line?
It's time for backup.
Thank you so much for your precious time today and coming over to this episode to record this episode with me. And I really hope that this helped my listeners to understand how it goes and that they get an idea of what the upcoming episodes are going to look like. So thank you so much. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, I will really appreciate if you could tune into my Spotify channel. The link's in the description. And thank you so much, everyone, for joining in and listening to the end of this very long episode. Thank you so much, Rupak, as well. And see you again next time. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I would request you to listen to more podcasts, what Ashutosh is doing. Trust me, it's the stories, it's the known people, it's the people whom you can relate, will instruct you. Big people can inspire you, but it's stories of ordinary people are the ones that can actually instruct you. So please hit the subscribe button, follow button, any kind of button wherever you're listening this podcast on, and I'm sure you're going to benefit a lot.